Sasquatch, also known as Bigfoot, is a legendary creature that has captured the imagination of many. Sightings of this elusive being have been reported across North America, with certain regions standing out for their high concentration of encounters. Here's where you're most likely to hear tales of the 7-foot-tall hairy figure or even hope to catch a glimpse of it. The Pacific Northwest of the United States is frequently linked to Bigfoot sightings, particularly the forests of Washington, Oregon, and Northern California. Washington State is known for having the highest number of Bigfoot sightings in the country. This region's dense forests and remote wilderness areas make it a prime location for those hoping to encounter the legendary creature. Within the Pacific Northwest, Washington State stands out as the epicenter for Bigfoot sightings. The Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization has collected numerous reports, and when compared against state population data, Washington appears to be the place where one has the best chance of encountering Bigfoot. Skamania County, in particular, gained attention in the 1960s when it became the first jurisdiction to enact a law protecting Sasquatch. The Pacific Northwest is a region steeped in the mystery of Sasquatch, commonly known as Bigfoot. This area's reputation as a hotspot for sightings of the elusive creature is not without reason. Here are the factors that contribute to the Northwest's notoriety in Sasquatch lore. The legend of Sasquatch has deep roots in the Pacific Northwest, with Native American tribes sharing stories of large, hairy, forest-dwelling creatures for centuries. These tales were further bolstered by early settler reports from the 1800s of ape-like beings, embedding the creature in the cultural fabric of the region. The Pacific Northwest is characterized by its vast, dense forests and remote wilderness areas. These regions provide an ideal habitat for a creature like Sasquatch to live with minimal human contact, thus enhancing the plausibility of its existence and the frequency of reported sightings. Washington State, in particular, boasts the highest number of Bigfoot sightings in the country. Notable locations like Ape Canyon and the Lummi Indian Reservation have a rich history of encounters, which only adds to the area's reputation as a Sasquatch haven. Recent studies have shown a strong correlation between Sasquatch sightings and local black bear populations. Since both are said to frequent forested areas, it's conceivable that some sightings could be misidentified bears. This correlation also suggests that the region's ecology supports large mammals, which could include Sasquatch if it exists. The Pacific Northwest has embraced Sasquatch as an unofficial mascot, with cities like Bellingham branding themselves as Sasquatch protection and refuge areas. This cultural embrace, combined with legal protections in places like Skamania County, underscores the region's unique relationship with the Bigfoot legend. The North American Bigfoot Center in Boring, Oregon, is a testament to the region's fascination with Sasquatch. The center offers exhibits and research opportunities, further cementing the Pacific Northwest's status as the epicenter of Bigfoot exploration. The existence of Sasquatch, also known as Bigfoot, has been a topic of debate and fascination for decades. While there have been numerous sightings and anecdotal evidence, the scientific community has largely remained skeptical due to the lack of hard evidence. However, some studies and investigations have been conducted to explore the possibility of this creature's existence. Despite numerous claims and purported evidence, there is no definitive proof that Sasquatch exists. Most of the evidence put forward, such as eyewitness reports and the famous Patterson-Gimlin film from 1967, lacks the scientific rigor to be considered conclusive. Studies analyzing supposed Bigfoot hair samples have almost always identified them as originating from known animals like cows, raccoons, deer, and humans. Some researchers have taken a more serious approach to the investigation of Bigfoot. Forensic expert Jimmy Chilkett and Idaho State professor Jeffrey Meldrum have analyzed casts of alleged Bigfoot prints. Chilkett claims that a footprint found in Washington state has convinced him of Bigfoot's reality, while Meldrum points to the Skookum cast, a large plaster cast, as further evidence. Meldrum, a tenured professor with a PhD in anatomical sciences, has dedicated significant effort to studying over 200 plaster casts of purported Bigfoot footprints. These historical roots provide a rich tapestry of cultural significance and understanding of the creature beyond the scope of modern myth. The term Sasquatch itself is derived from the languages of indigenous peoples. It is an anglicization of the Salish word Saskays, which translates to wild man or hairy man. This term was popularized by J.W. Burns, an Indian agent with the Chehalis Band, in the 1930s. The Styles people, closely associated with this term, believe Sasquatch can move between the physical and spiritual realms. Other indigenous nations have their own names for similar creatures. The Sasquatch is known by many names among the indigenous peoples of the Northwest. The Lummi speak of Tsemakus, nocturnal giants that inhabit the mountains and forests. The Salish people refer to the creature as Sasquatch, meaning wild man in their language. This term was later popularized by a Canadian journalist in the 1920s. The historical record of Bigfoot in the Oregon region began in 1904 with settlers reporting sightings of a hairy wild man. Native Americans used these events to discuss their own knowledge of such creatures, with the existence of wild Indians of the woods being documented as early as 1865 by ethnographer George Gibbs. Despite the skepticism, some academics have called for a comprehensive, scientific study to determine once and for all if Sasquatch is real. This includes calls for a multidisciplinary approach, bringing together experts from various fields to examine the accumulated evidence. The Sasquatch is a figure that embodies the mystery and majesty of the Pacific Northwest's wilderness. Its historical roots in indigenous communities highlight the rich cultural tapestry of the region and the deep connection between its people and the natural world. Whether as a spiritual entity, a symbol of environmental stewardship, or a cryptid yet to be scientifically recognized, Sasquatch remains an important part of the Northwest's heritage and continues to captivate the imagination of people around the world.